Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel Voice of Fire Tarot. For this reading I will be exploring how you can use your spiritual or psychic power to increase your abundance and that of others as well. When I talk about abundance, obviously I will be including money, financial abundance, but also in its much broader sense. So things that help you feel enriched emotionally, spiritually and mentally as well. And this will also apply to the abundance that you were able to help to increase for others. This includes, the animal world, the animal kingdom, the world in general, humanity in general as well. Okay. So for this reading, I will start off the reading by asking, what is your spiritual or psychic power? And for the second question, I will be asking Spirit where this power originates, where it came from. This could, take you back, further back in your life from this life, or it could take you back even further into your past lives as well. And for the third question, I'll be asking how you can use this psychic or spiritual power to increase your abundance and that of others. Okay, so as usual, there will be 4 groups to choose from. If you select the first group, you will be selecting the Fluorite crystal. For the second group, it will be the rose quartz. For the third group, it will be the Dalmation Jasper. And for the fourth group, it will be the Carnelian. Okay, so take your time to choose, use your intuition, pause the video if necessary to select which group or groups resonate with you. Please be aware, these are general readings, so please just take what resonates with you. Okay, and that's it for now. Goodbye, and I will see you at your reading. Hello people in group 1 and welcome to your reading. You chose the Fluorite crystal, and this reading will be about your psychic or spiritual power and how you can use it to increase abundance for yourself and others. Okay, so let us begin. So firstly, Spirit, please can you tell me, what is the psychic or spiritual power of people in group 1, please? What is their psychic or spiritual power, please? Well, that flew out. So firstly, we have the Empress. Okay, and let's pick a couple more to get a bit of a story. So this one and that one. Okay, so the Empress followed by, wow, the Magician. Okay, and then, wow, we have the High Priestess. This is really, really powerful, group 1. You have 3 major arcanas to explain your spiritual gift or power. So we have the blend, we've got all the earth, the creative, a lovely earth mother kind of energy coming here. And we also have the Magician. So this is really about, it's like you have a connection to energy, earth energy, but I would also say energy regarding all the elements. As you can see here on his table, he has the cup, which represents water, the element of water. We have the pentacle, which represents the earth. We have a wand, which represents fire, and he is actually channeling, or he's bringing energy down through the air, okay, and he's directing it towards the earth, okay. And also I forgot to mention that he has a sword also on the table. So I feel a lot of you, also if you look at this High Priestess, you are extremely psychic, extremely deep, extremely intuitive. And it's like you have a knowledge of, it's like a knowledge of wisdom that's hidden in the inner realms, deep within your soul, okay? This is really, really wonderful. Not only do you have this knowledge, I believe you have looking at all the elements, I believe you have a lot of the clairs. You definitely have clairsentience, and you also have clairvoyant abilities as well. I believe that you can see visions, and often you can actually, you are a big creator. We have the number 3 with the Empress, but also with this magician, it's like you were able to kind of manipulate energy, manipulate thoughts, manipulate your desires, what you want, and you can actually manifest it and bring it to earth with the power of your mind and your intentions. So not only group 1 are you're like a psychic, you're an intuitive, you get messages, you get visions, but you're also able to turn them ideas and visions into reality. So there's a big creative energy about you, group 1. Really, really powerful. What a lovely start. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use another tower deck just to get a bit more information about it. See if we can get a different angle on it as well. So again, Spirit, please can you tell me about some clarifies please, about the psychic or spiritual power that people in group 1 possess. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands. So yes, there's real focus here. You're really able to make things work for you. This is fire energy as well. So you're really able, this is clarifying the Empress, you're able to bring your passions and your fire, that fire energy, down to earth in a really, really tangible way. All right. And I believe a lot of you, we have this Empress, she is immersed in nature. She is basically Mother Nature. She's also associated with Venus and beauty as well. So I believe you do have you have a strong sense, like a relationship with the animal kingdom as well. You've got a real strong connection there as well. And to clarify the magician, you have the Hierophant as well. So what I see with this, you were like some kind of, it's like you can bring down messages and ideas that they kind of overturn or disrupt the status quo, or it makes people look at things in a different way, in a deeper way, as you see with the High Priestess. And it's like you have that sort of persona, that charismatic persona as well, that you were actually able to pull it off as well. So you are somebody who's very, very different, very unique, and somebody who does break with tradition quite frequently. And to clarify the High Priestess, wow, I didn't realize we have 2 cards here. We have the Lovers and the Ace of Cups. So you are extremely, extremely clairsentient, and you have a connection. I really believe, from looking at this, you have a connection with really, really high level entities or high level beings. So we're talking about, the angelic realm here. You may even have some sort of connection with your archangel. It's probably worth you looking as well who your archangel is, and really looking into that. That would be really, really interesting and useful for you to do. But what I'm getting here is that you resonate on a really, really high frequency, and you also resonate on this frequency of love. Okay. Again, we are in a garden here, like with the Empress, and it's like the garden. It is the Garden of Eden. It's a lot of that Venusian energy as well coming through here. So again, this is just clarifying for me. You've got a real connection with the earth, with your surroundings, but also with the unseen. You have a connection with that, and the messages that you bring to people, they're really, really, we're talking really, really high level, really, really powerful. So what I'd like to know now, please, Spirit, is where do these psychic powers, or the psychic power or spiritual power, originate? Where does it come from for people in group 1, please? We have the 9 of Pentacles, followed by the 10 of Swords, And then we have the Three of Swords. Okay, this is a really interesting combination, group one. I will get some clarifiers for this, obviously, but I'm really getting a sense that this is something that you have brought through from previous lives. And I'm getting a sense that in this previous lives, you probably experienced a lot of heartbreak, a lot of turmoil as well, as we see here. You may have witnessed a lot of things that were quite traumatic, that sort of gave you that heavy heart as well. And it's a sense that you want to bring something lovely and pure into the world now. As you see with this Nine of Pentacles, yes, she is very abundant, but again, she's immersed in nature as well. She has that kestrel on her hand as well, okay? It's like you're bringing all these pentacles, all these things to earth now, but I believe you brought it through from previous lives. You have an end of a cycle here, the Ten of Swords, and I believe these were quite difficult experiences you had. You may have been living in a time where these sort of things were frowned upon or not really valued. You might have felt like you had to kind of hide your light under a bushel as well, possibly for fear of persecution or ridicule. But now what I'm sensing in this life, you are meant to bring this through and really get that abundance from it. Okay, so I'm going to get some clarifiers now for this. Okay, so to clarify the Nine of Pentacles, we have the Strength card. And to clarify the Ten of Swords, we have the Seven of Cups as well. And then to clarify the Three of Swords, we have the Seven of Swords. Yeah, so what it comes from, I believe you in a particular time, I think what I'm getting from this is in this previous life, you were somebody that really gave off this sense of strength, okay? And also we have the Lion here. So I believe there's a real lovely, gentle energy that comes with you as well, that you brought through from your previous life. It's like you are kind of a nurturer of the animal kingdom as well. And it's almost like you had all these dreams in this previous life, as we see with the Seven of Cups. But what the Three of Swords is telling me is that things didn't quite materialize for you because you felt really, really restricted. We have the Seven of Swords energy as well. So I feel like, yeah, as I said, you had to hide your light under a bushel. This person's carrying all these swords, but he's kind of, he's sort of scurrying around on the peripheries of life. He's hidden from others. He's sort of sneaking around. He's not really showing his gifts. He's just surviving, day to day. And this could have been, because of the perspectives of society in that previous life, where you have these talents. It could have been your position as well. You might not have been in a position, whether you're male or female. It might be to do with your, what particular class you're in as well, which might have left you feeling really, really restricted. Brought about that, that really, really heavy heart, that Three of Swords energy as well. And it's interesting, it's a three. The three is a number of creation, but I believe, these swords to me resemble all the perspectives and thoughts of society as a whole during these previous lives. And these are kind of piercing your heart and stopping you from doing what you truly wanted to do. This is where I believe, this is where it came from, definitely. So what I'd like to know now, please, Spirit, is how can people in group one, I shall use this deck, how can people in group one, what can they do how can they use this spiritual or psychic power to increase abundance for themselves and for others? How can they use this power to increase abundance for themselves and others, please? So we have the Fool card. This to me is like saying, it's kind of saying, look at this now, look at this gift and power that you have. See it as a new beginning. Okay, like the Fool, you're starting the Fool's journey. You've got so much ahead of you. That's what Spirit is saying to me. And it's also about connecting directly with Source. Okay. And then we have the Death card. So yes, this is definitely about ending a previous cycle. Okay. And then we have the Page of Cups. Okay. So what I'm getting from this is that you are ending, you're ending cycles for yourself, negative cycles for yourself, but also for others and for, society, for the planet, for the world in general. You are offering something fresh, something new. As we see, you have that magician persona as well. You really tuned in with that high priestess energy. You've got the empress energy as well. So you really, really are a creator. And with this Page of Cups, it's like you've got something really, really unique and different, imaginative and playful, something really, really nice. There's a really positive energy about this. It's like you can use the messages and the power that you have to create something really, really positive for the world. And I really see this as a breath of fresh air. Whenever I look at this card, this Page of Cups, he's on a beach and everything's fresh. In the Radiant White Tower, it's actually a blue sky. So I really get a sense that you're on a beach and there's a lovely sense of fresh air as well, okay? And yeah, he's looking at this cup, there's a fish coming out of this cup, and he's not thinking, why, that can't happen. He's just thinking, what else might be possible, okay? So you really open up new possibilities, but to do that, what you need to do is to end a particular cycle. You're bringing something to an end, okay? You're making people or allowing people or others to see a new way, a new fresh perspective, or a new way of looking at things as well. And we're talking about something really, this is high frequency. This is to do with the heart. This is to do with enjoyment, imagination. This is a lovely, lovely energy, group one. So some clarifiers, please, Spirit. So, wow. Remember I said about the kind of new ideas you're bringing with this Fool card? We have the Ace of Wands. This is about, this is about a new dawn almost, new inspiration that you're bringing forward into your own life, but also the world as well. And then to clarify the Death card, we have the Three of Wands. So it's like, I see this. So this is kind of a leadership energy. You are a leader. You're leading the way. You're opening up people's eyes to different possibilities that are out there, and also your own eyes as well. And this is where the abundance comes in. Remember, you are a very, very powerful manifestor, group one. You can bring ideas, innovations into reality. And it's like you're paving the way for this to happen as well. And then to clarify the Page of Cups, we have the Two of Cups as well. And what I get from this is that what we're willing to do is connect with Spirit, connect with all parts of your soul, but also it's like you're bringing people together on that frequency of love as well. Lovely. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some oracle cards now just to clarify this. Okay, so firstly, I'm going to use this mediumship training deck that I got quite recently. So Spirit, please can I have some oracles, please, to clarify these questions of the psychic or spiritual gift that group one possess, where it came from, and how they can use it to increase their abundance and the abundance of others as well. Okay, so with nurturing thyself came out. So that's like a kind of indicator to me that some of you might need to kind of, focus on nurturing your physical self, take care of yourself, but also that of others as well. Okay, so I'm going to put that up here. So I'm going to choose 3 more from this. Okay, so what is your gift? What is your power? We have the breath. Yeah, this is given a different angle or similar angle. I'm getting the sense a lot of air energy here as well. It's like you're bringing inspiration, new ideas and everything through the element of air, through the mind as well. We have the breath as well. This is total connection to spirits as well. I'm also getting a sense as well of that Empress energy. And also we have the 8 of Wands. They're traveling through the air as well. So yeah, you have really, a lot of you might have a lot of air in your birth chart as well. So that might be worth looking at too. And then psychic journalings from where it came from. Wow. This to me, what I'm getting from this, it's like I'm getting like it's like a book of knowledge that goes way back. So if you were to read back, if you were to go back through the pages, you'd find that your psychic spiritual journey began a long time ago. But also we see some blank pages here, and there's all these ideas, all these messages that are coming through. So it's kind of saying, yes, it is worth actually keeping a journal and making a note or a mental note of, them times when you are seeing them synchronicities, then times when you're getting certain messages for your dreams, things like that as well. And also making a note of them and actually just making links about it as well. Wow. Okay. And then for how you can use this psychic gift, clairaudience, yes. So yeah, again, this is to do with actually listening for signs that you hear. So it could be particular pieces of music. You might be getting messages. Remember, you are very high vibrational, so you might be getting messages from angels as well. It's just really listening out for these things. And it could also be an area of your clairs that you might need to develop as well. That will also help you with this to complete the picture, really. You are already a really evolved spiritual psychic person as well. And this to me is like kind of fine-tuning it as well. It's interesting I said fine-tuning because this also looks like his ear looks like a kind of a radio antenna. And we got all these sound waves as well. So this is what I'm getting from this card. Okay, so to finish off, I am going to use this other deck. So Spirit, please can I have just a little bit of more information, please, about this psychic or spiritual power and how people in Group 1 can use it to increase their abundance and that of others, please. Empathic overload. It is time for you to truly honor your highly sensitive nature. Yes, I think a lot of you are actually empaths. Remember I said you had a strong clairsentient ability. So it's like, what I'm getting is you're receiving a lot of information. What they're telling me is that you kind of need to protect yourself. You need to ground yourself as well, so you're not getting overloaded. I believe a lot of you, probably can pick up the emotions of others, or you can really feel the energy of a room as you walk into it. But remember, you are powerful magicians. You are able to manipulate energy, okay? And if you can do that, you are easily able to protect yourself and be really quite discerning of what energies or what messages come through to you, okay? And then we have where it comes from, blessing in disguise. you're being asked not to prejudge your current set of circumstances. So what I'm getting from this is them times, it could be this life or it could be previous lives, when things have felt awful. These are the times where your psychic abilities are being strengthened. It's like you're gaining more experience. You're tuning into other energies as well. It could feel quite tumultuous as well. But what it is giving you that experience as well, and that knowing it is actually strengthening this ability. And this has been happening through previous lives. I really get the sense of that. It might have felt like a curse in previous lives, but now, because you've got this ability, you've actually, as you've gone through each life, you've actually strengthened it. So now, what seemed as a curse is now becoming a blessing in this life, and something you can make really tangible and really abundant for you and for others as well. And to finish off, we have Crossroads. Well, this is interesting. A new business adventure, project, or career is currently in the works for you. And also we have the number 11 as well, a highly spiritual angel number. Beautiful. Okay. So yeah, I feel some of you, you might be feeling, quite overworked, unfulfilled in your current roles. This doesn't apply to everybody, but this could apply to some of you. And that I get a feeling that you are at a crossroads, some of you, and something is needing to end. This is why we have this death card here, highly transformational. This has to end in order for you to be able to receive messages really clearly, okay, and improve that clairaudient aspect of your psychic power. But also, if that ends, what will happen is this will clear the way for you to get these lovely new ideas, so you can be that leader and you can be that kind of inspiration to others. It's kind of like you're leading other people through your psychic and spiritual power, you're leading other people on a path. And this path is towards something really good. It's connected directly to source, okay? It's playful, it's imaginative, and it's really caring, and it really vibrates on the frequency of love. And that love is for everybody, basically. The whole world around you, the animals, the people, everything, okay? So thank you very much, Group 1. I hope you enjoyed that reading. If you did, please hit the like button, please subscribe to my channel, and please feel free also to leave any comments or feedback. Okay, thank you very much and goodbye. Hello everybody in Group 2 and welcome to your reading. You chose the Rose Quartz Crystal, and this reading will be about your spiritual or psychic power and how you can use it to increase your abundance and that of others. So let's begin. Okay, so Spirit, please can you tell me, what is the spiritual or psychic power that people in Group 2 have, please? What is their spiritual or psychic power, please? Okay, we have the Ten of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Hierophant. Okay, interesting combination, Group 2. So I'm getting a sense that you have a kind of wise, philosophical aspect to your personality. I believe you are highly spiritual, and you have like a presence and a power about you. You have like an authority about you as well, and I believe that you're getting this authority directly from Spirit. You are channeling or receiving messages directly from Spirit. Definitely in kind of a claircognizant kind of way as well. And you are again, you are very, very connected with the earth plane. You are very grounded as well. And I believe a lot of you, I'm looking at this old man in the Ten of Pentacles, and a lot of you are probably very, very wise beyond your years as well. You know, whether you be male or female, it's like you have this kind of dominant or kind of, you know, masculine energy about you. And you do come across as you have that really strong leadership quality as well. It's like somebody that people take seriously. They want to follow them. They really, really value their spiritual advice that they have. And I believe you have a lot of wisdom about you. But I believe that this wisdom is actually something that has evolved over many generations on Earth. And you just have a really, really wise energy about you, people in group 2. So I will get a little bit of clarity on this. Just going to let my cat out. There you go, Gabriel. Okay, so a bit of clarity about this, please, Spirit. Sorry about that. I was just my cat Gabriel, one of my 3 cats. He wanted to go out, and he's refusing to use the cat flap. So he's sort of scratching at the patio door as well to let him out. So here we go. So clarity, please, for people in group 2 on their spiritual or psychic power. Wow, we have the Emperor. What did I say about that? Sort of like really, really strong leadership energy. That's clarifying the Ten of Pentacles. You have that really, really wise, you know, that wise, seasoned energy about you as well. So to clarify the King of Wands, yes, you put your ideas into practice as well. You have new ideas, new inspiration that you bring to people. And then to clarify the Hierophant, we have the Strength card. So yes, you are definitely, you know, you're quite a force to be reckoned with, but you are a tower of strength. It's like you're kind of a protector as well, protector of the, you know, the vulnerable. It's like you're connected directly to, you know, to source energy. Yeah, you're definitely a leader, and you're really, really wise. A lot of you might have a lot of, you know, theological knowledge as well, group 2, that you can call upon as well. A lot of you might be very, very well read as well, and you have a lot of ideas that you take from that too. Okay, so where does the spiritual or psychic power of people in group 2, where does it originate? Where did it come from? Okay, we have the 7 of Wands. We have the Emperor card again. And then we have the 9 of Cups. Okay, this is interesting. So I'm getting a sense that a lot of you have fought a lot of battles in your time, whether these be emotional, you know, physical, spiritual as well. You know, but as you can see, this person in the 7 of Wands, depicted in the 7 of Wands, he is actually on top. He has actually gained the upper ground, and this is giving you a lot of wisdom and a lot of experience as well. And also you're carrying through this Emperor energy as well. So this is where it originates from. It's like all the experiences, all the battles that you've had to go through throughout this life. It might be previous lives, but definitely in this life, all that wisdom has given you strength, and it's given you courage, and, you know, yeah, really, that really comes strongly through to me, people in group 2. And also from that, I see it's kind of a look of satisfaction here. it's given you this kind of power you have. It has the ability, it's actually, without, you might not even know it, but it's actually given you a lot. And on times when you felt a lot of kind of emotional fulfillment, satisfaction as well, this is where your spiritual power has really, really helped you. Okay, let's get a bit more clarity, please, Spirit, about this, about where this spiritual or psychic power of people in group 2, where does it originate? I get a sense of some of you as well. I'm just looking at this Ten of Pentacles. I believe for some of you, this might be like a gift or a talent or something like that that has been passed down through generations. And it could be through maybe a paternal figure as well that has, passed this to you as well, through the bloodlines as well. So let's have a little look. 7 of Wands. To clarify this, we have the Ace of Swords. So yes, through all the battles that you've been through, as I said, you've gained a lot of wisdom, a lot of experience, and a lot of clarity. It's like here, you were the one in these battles that was holding up the sword of truth, the sword of justice, and the sword of what was right. And then to clarify the Emperor, we have the King of Cups. Okay. Yeah, I believe there is a balance to you as well. But for some of you, I get the sense this Emperor energy is very, very, forthright, a lot of Aries energy coming through. But also we have the number 4, which is stability, which is order as well. And it's interesting that it's clarified by another, actually by a court card, the King of Cups. So it's like you have a lot of emotional stability as well. And in these times, it's like you've had to learn how to stay afloat. As this King of Cups is here, obviously this sea is choppy. He's not actually controlling the sea, but he is controlling how he's staying afloat on it. He is stopping himself from capsizing on this sea of emotions. And I believe through all your battles, you have had to kind of learn how to gain that emotional balance and that stability. And because of that, because you've gained this wisdom and this strength and this power in turbulent times to do that, you have been like a beacon of light, I should say, or like a show of strength for others. You kind of lead the way and set an example. Okay. And then to clarify the 9 of Cups, we have, this is unbelievable. We have the 9 of Cups again. This is lovely. So yeah, complete wish fulfillment as well. This is where it's come from as well. It's like, I'm getting a sense that you have a kind of gratitude about it as well. It's like it's a good thing. And because of that, Spirit is kind of giving you more for that, if you know what I mean. They're strengthening your spiritual, your psychic, this ability, this knowledge as well. They're strengthening it. This is what I see from this. This is what's giving you the emotional balance and this sort of clarity as well. That's a really, really interesting way to look at it as well. So, how can people in group 2, how can they use this spiritual or psychic power to increase their own abundance and that of others and the world around them? Okay. So we have the Temperance card. Okay. So yeah, there's a sense that, I'm getting a sense that they want you to balance out, this leadership, this forthright, this dominant Aries kind of energy. They want you to balance it with the kind of softer energy as well. That is how they want you to develop it. And this is your key to becoming more abundant in terms of healing yourself and in terms of healing others as well. And with you vibrating on this kind of softer frequency as well, you're able to connect more to the angelic realms, and this will bring in the healing as well. Okay, and then we have the Queen of Cups. So yeah, this is leading on from that really. Yes, you can be, you can have that kind of that very masculine, action-driven energy. That's fine, but they want you to balance it with that kind of Queen of Cups, that receptive energy. So what they're telling me is like they want you to develop your own intuition, but in order to do that, you need to sometimes have a bit of like passive receiving energy as well, and that would enable you to open up and receive that healing, receive that wisdom as well, and a much more enriched sense of wisdom as well. That involves the emotions and the heart as well. They're really focusing on the heart here, and it's interesting that your crystal that you picked was the rose quartz as well. This is like your key as well to abundance. Yes, you've got all this wisdom, all this probably esoteric theological knowledge. It's really, really strong. You've got this passion as well, this strength, but they want you to balance it with the heart as well. It's about doing what also makes, if you're fulfilling your heart and you're doing what makes your heart sing or what makes you happy, this energy will radiate out to others as well, and this will heal others around you. And then, we have the Empress card. Again, this is, it's like they're trying to balance the masculine with, regardless of whether you're male or female, they're trying to balance the masculine with the feminine energy as well, okay? And what this will do is give birth to new ideas and give birth to new periods of healing for yourself and others, and it will actually align you more to the world around you. You will be in a much better state where you can, because you're more balanced, you'll be able to create, and as you're connecting more, you'll be creating more, and this will lead to your abundance, or increasing your abundance, I should say. So let's get a few clarifiers, please. So clarifiers, please, for the Temperance card, the Queen of Cups, and the Empress card, please. Okay, yes, to clarify the Temperance, we have the Four of Wands, okay? And for the Queen of Cups, we have the Knight of Swords. So yes, this is like, I get this sense of balance. And also with the Four of Wands, there's a sense of balance here. As you've got these, without balance, these 4 wands would not be able to hold up this wreath. The number 4 is also about stability as well. There is a need for balance as well. It's about balancing the, the passive energies with the more kind of aggressive or assertive energies as well. They need to be balanced in order for you to achieve that healing. Again, you're balancing that, that Knight of Swords, that courage, with also that more quite solitary, receptive energy, that psychic energy of the Queen of Cups. And then to clarify the Empress card, we have the 9 of Pentacles. So yes, this is what they're saying to me. This is like your key really, is achieving that balance. By achieving that balance, you are going to achieve abundance. And again, this energy, it'll be kind of like a new beginning for you as well. You will be in a much more creative mode. And this will also radiate to others. And you'll still be a leader, as you always are, but you'll be leading in a kind of a different way. And the message will definitely be one about, love, caring for, everybody, the animals, all that kind of thing as well. Yes, that's really, really lovely, group 2. Really interesting as well. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get some oracle cards, just to get a bit more information about this. So, Spirit, please can I have some oracles, just to give a bit more, throw a bit more light on questions 1, 2, and 3, please. Okay. It's interesting that's dropped out. It says here, be of service. Okay. This is like you connecting to spirit and connecting to other people in kind of a different way. And that is kind of, by you having that balance, this is you being of service to others. This is what I see this as. Because you've got that stronger connection with people, more of a gentle connection with people and with spirits as well. So let's get a bit more information. So what is the spiritual or psychic power they have? Where did it come from? And lastly, how can they use it to increase their abundance? Oh, this is interesting. We have impression versus expression. Okay. What I'm getting from this card is that what you have, a lot of you in group 2, you give off a certain impression, but there's a lot more to you. There's something that needs to be revealed, that needs to come out of this box. This is the dove, and it's like a connection to spirit. It's in the box, but it needs to be released, okay? It's like what they're asking you to do is kind of, work of spirit to actually express yourself in many different ways and reveal stuff about yourself that you didn't actually know about before. Something that's really, really enlightening. But what I'm getting a sense is, yes, you give this impression of someone who's very, very knowledgeable. They have a lot of, spiritual, philosophical knowledge as well. But what they're trying to do, what they're trying to tell you is to like peel back the layers. What is actually inside the box? Okay, they want you to explore that. And there's a certain way you express yourself as well. This is really, really interesting. I'm going to get a tarot card to clarify this, just to get a bit of information about it. So Spirit, please can you clarify the impression versus expression oracle card, please, for people in group 2. We have 4 of Wands again. Okay, that's interesting. So yeah, there's that kind of celebratory energy. And with the 4 of Wands, if you look at it, it's kind of, it is a number 4, yes, but there's 2 11s. Can you see that with the Wands? This is highly, highly spiritual. And I believe what they're trying to tell me is this is what's inside the box, and this is something that's yet to be revealed, that people around you might not be completely aware about. They might not be aware of the true depth of your spiritual or psychic power. And this is where you will need to bring in that balance, as we talked about here. You will need to connect to spirit more, because it's there waiting for you. But I think it's about, connecting with the heart. I think that's really, really important, connecting with the feelings, with the emotions as well, and then you will get the whole package, okay? And then we have here, oh, this is interesting. Where did it come from? Practicing patience, okay? A connection with spirit, this is what it says here. It says, a connection with spirit requires constant practice, much like muscles in your body that need constant exercise to keep them strong and healthy. Yeah, so what I'm getting a sense of, in the beginning, where it comes from, yes, you have a lot of battles, but what they want you to do, I believe a lot of you have this emotional kind of balance, but it's underneath the surface. And as I said, like this Queen of Cups, this kind of patience here, they're trying to give me a message. Sometimes you might feel a bit impatient. There might be a lot of fire energy with some of you. Some of you might have a lot of, Aries energy in your birth charts as well. So yeah, they're just trying to say, just take a step back, just practice that patience, and things will start to evolve in the right way for you. And what they're telling me here is maybe in the past, you perhaps maybe didn't have the degree of patience that was required to fully develop the spiritual power. And here we go. So what have we got here? Power of prayer. So again, yeah, this is about how to develop this psychic or spiritual power. Yes, this is receiving. As I spoke about with the Queen of Cups, sometimes it's about just trusting that things will come to you. You don't have to be going out there fighting for things to happen. To develop this gift, what you need to do is just kind of be in a state of allowing. And it's a kind of, it's a belief in, it's a belief in the power of prayer as well. It's like a deep inner knowing that the abundance that you want for yourself, you want for your family, you want for all of those around you, that will come naturally. And it's a kind of knowing, okay? And that's how you will increase your connection to spirit, and how you will develop your spiritual or psychic power as well, in order to manifest what you want on planet Earth. And then lastly, I'm going to finish off with this deck here, my Guide and Light Oracle deck. So, Spirit, just a little bit more information just to finish off, please, for people in Group 2 about their spiritual or psychic power, please. Okay, so what is their spiritual psychic power? Where does it originate? And how can they use it to increase abundance for themselves and for others? Okay. Freedom of choice. Your choices are yours to make. Don't allow others to make your choices for you. That's interesting. Not all of you, but I believe some of you, you might have thought that you might think that you have to be a certain way. You might have a lot of responsibility, on your shoulders. You've had to be leaders. But what they're saying is you can choose how you actually develop this power from now on, okay? You can choose how you decide to balance it, because what they're telling me is that you have a lot of spiritual knowledge and tools already, and you have a freedom. There's a big freedom in how you have so much freedom in how you can use it, okay? You have that power and that freedom of choice. You're in that position where you're really free to choose how you use this power. And then 4, where it originates, soul contracts. Before you were born, you agreed to partake in specific experiences that assist in the evolution of your soul. Okay, so we've got here, what I said before, I think a lot of you have been through a lot of battles. I don't completely agree with the concept of soul contracts. I believe more in kind of free will as well. I believe more kind of lessons rather than, I don't believe that we signed a contract before we came into our incarnations. I believe that we are given certain lessons that help us to evolve. And I think this is, for me, this is what this card is more pertaining to. This psychic or spiritual power that you've got, you developed it from having quite hard knocks, having quite hard lessons in this life. Times when you've had to struggle, you've had to fight your corner. That could be this life, or that could be previous lives. And I'm thinking these are kind of lessons for you in order to help you develop a much stronger, psychic or spiritual power, which you have today. And then lastly, how you can use it to increase your abundance and others. It says here, reevaluation. It is time to reevaluate your present circumstances and begin to make changes where changes are needed. Yeah, and I think this is really pertaining to, again, we're going back to freedom of choice. What they're saying is you have all the choices here in how you develop this gift. And really how you develop it, you have a choice. You have the power through having that more receptive kind of psychic energy, going really, really deep into yourself. If you mix that, alchemize it, as we have with the Tempest card. This is all about alchemy. What you can do, you can mix that kind of Aries leadership, kind of strong will kind of energy. You can mix that with a more receptive kind of, passive energy. If you mix both together, then it will kind of change direction for you, and you would be kind of aligning with your true purpose. In that you are meant to be, this power you have is meant to be a force of good. to create your own abundance, create your own wealth and your own happiness, not only for yourself, but for the world around you as well. Okay. Lovely, lovely. Thank you, group 2. That was a really, really interesting reading. If you like the reading, please hit the like button. Please feel free to subscribe, and please feel free to leave any comments or feedback below. Okay, thank you very much, and goodbye. Hello, people in group 3, and welcome to your reading. You chose the Dalmation Jasper. And this reading will be about your spiritual or psychic power and how you can use it to increase your abundance and that of others as well. So let's get started. So Spirit, please can you give me information about the spiritual or psychic power of people in group 3, please? So we have the 5 of Swords, the Death card, and we have the 4 of Wands as well. Okay. I think what I'm getting from this group 3 is that you are kind of an agent of change or transformation. It's like you are able to transmute energy. It's quite low vibrational, that kind of squabbling, kind of low vibrational energy into something that's unified and something that is harmonious. And it's like you have that spiritual power that you're able to bring people together. People who are feeling defeated, people who are feeling isolated, as you see in this card, you're able to bring about massive change for them. And I believe this change is on a massive level. I think it's something that could be possibly on a world level as well. It's like you have a special message or a special power that you are able to channel to people or give to people as well, is that you bring people together. You bring people together in a kind of, harmonious way as well. You bring stability and order to quite, disruptive and quite, petty, dark energies as well. So I'm going to get a bit of clarity about this group 3. So group 3, what is the spiritual or psychic power of people in group 3, please? So to clarify the 5 of Swords, we have the Chariot, Major Arcana, another Major Arcana. To clarify the Death card, we have the 9 of Cups. And to clarify the 4 of Wands, we have the Page of Cups. Lovely. I believe from this group 3 is that you are able to bring, it's like you're setting an example of something that's really pure, but something that's really courageous as well. Okay. As I see with this Chariot card, you have the energy of spirit behind you, and there is also this focus, this determination. But as with the Sphinxes here, we have balance as well. You're balancing the darkness, as you see here, with the light. You are definitely a balancer, okay? And what you're doing, what you're able to do is transform really, really negative situations, okay, through this death energy to something really, really quite peaceful, friendly, really really lovely, actually. You've got a really, really caring energy about you. And this change that you bring about is something really, really positive. It's about fulfilling your wishes and that of others. You're kind of a, you're kind of a spiritual, want of a better term, you're like a kind of a spiritual Santa Claus, if you like. That's what I'm getting from this. Really, really interesting, actually. So I'd like to get some information, please, Spirit, about where this spiritual or psychic power originates. Where does it come from for people in group 3, please? We have the 2 of Swords. Then we have the 9 of Pentacles. And then we have the 8 of Cups. So it's kind of, I'm getting the sense that you really kind of, you're kind of a peacekeeper. You've always had to it's like you're the person who's had to maintain that balance for yourself. It's like keeping yourself balanced in your own kind of space. And this person in the 2 of Swords, she's actually chosen to be in this position. She's got the blindfold on so that she can gain, that kind of second sight as well, to gain that deep inner wisdom as well. And with these swords crossed in front of her, in front of her chest, she could be involved in fighting if she wants to, but she's choosing not to. The swords are crossed as well. And I think you've done this many, many times, people in group 3. I believe you've been on some sort of spiritual quest and spiritual journey for a long time, okay? And this could actually be through previous lives. What I'm seeing here, you've got these swords here. These are like connecting, for me, they're like antennas. And they're like connecting past lives to this life. And you're channeling all that information, all that wisdom. And it's like that, it's like a real sense of peace that you're channeling as well, and that you're bringing forward to enable to transform really negative, quite volatile situations into something, really, really positive, where people really unite, they connect with each other. As I said in another reading, these are like 2 11s. They're very, very spiritual, angelic kind of numbers. And also we have the number 4, which is stability. You're bringing order, you're bringing peace, and you're bringing harmony to situations. That is your power. And this 9 of Pentacles, again, she's, in your instance here, she's roaming around this garden, totally at peace. She's satisfied, she's at peace, and she's gained everything she wants. And she doesn't feel the need to go out and fight, anything like that. She's totally on that vibration of peace. So I'd like to get a bit more clarity about this, please, Spirit, for people in group 3. What is their spiritual or psychic power, please? And I'm guessing here as well, I'm looking back at your original power, the Page of Cups. It's like you're a messenger. And what you do, you open up people's minds. With this Page of Cups, this is to do with the heart. You open up people's hearts. You enable them to see, different possibilities. You're like a breath of fresh air to people. That's a really, really positive influence, a breath of fresh air. And because you have such a strong connection to your heart chakra, you are able to bring, a lot of, a strong, powerful force for good and a force for peace that's really, really balanced, and it's really, really transformational. Okay. And I believe it is part of a spiritual journey that you've been going through possibly from a very early age, or possibly from previous lives as well. Okay, yes, we have 3 of Cups. Lovely. Okay, this is peace, this is joy, this is celebration. This is the kind of This is where it all comes from. This is where your energy comes from. And then for the Nine of Pentacles, we have the Two of Cups. What it says to me is, it comes straight from the heart. You have a natural connection to spirit, and this is through your heart chakra, through your emotions, through your feelings. And then to clarify the Eight of Cups, we have Six of Pentacles. So I believe that what's happened to what's happened previously, and that is that you've been in positions where, again, we're talking about balance. You're talking about the scales of balance. I believe you have a very generous nature, and that you were able to, impart a lot of generosity and a lot of care and devotion to others, and especially as well to the needy and to the vulnerable. And this is something you've carried through with you all throughout your life, and this is part of your mission, really. You want to help. You want to be that. You're kind of a light worker. That's what I see with this, especially with this strong chariot energy. You've got this golden light that's coming from behind the chariot. This is complete mental focus. The person does not need reins to control these sphinxes. He can just drive the chariot just for the power of his mind and the power of his focus as well. This is to do with the astrological sign of Cancer as well, which is all about intuition, about the emotions, about feelings. You are very, very feelings driven people in group 3. So I'd like to know, please, Spirit, how can people in group 3 use this spiritual power or psychic power to increase their abundance and the abundance of others around them? Okay, we have Seven of Swords. The Lovers. Wow, you're really connected to that high frequency of love. And we have the Two of Cups. So yes, what they're telling me is that they're trying to get, it's like you're coming in as a force of good and of peace. You're bringing people together. You're connecting them with spirit. It's like you're setting an example of how to connect to spirit, because you are so connected to spirit yourself. And also you're connected so well. You're connected to these higher angelic realms as well. It's like, through your subconscious, you have a really, really direct connection to spirit, whether you know it or not. It could be subconsciously, but you might have some sort of inkling of it as well. And I really get a feeling that a lot of you are probably quite youthful as well. Despite your years, you've got a very youthful quality to you, as I'm getting with this Page of Cups. You're bringing something quite youthful, quite carefree, very imaginative as well, and very playful to situations. That is able, you can make things that are serious and hard, you can just bring light into situations. It's really, really lovely. You are a bringer of light. And you are somebody who transforms all these lower vibrational energies into something much more powerful and more aligned with your emotions, with your feelings, and with the heart as well. You're very, very strongly connected to the heart, people in group 3. So I'd like to get some clarifiers, please, for these 3 cards. Okay, so to clarify the the Seven of Swords, we have the Two of Pentacles. So yes, again, you're bringing that balance in for people. It's like they're balancing their mental with their emotional energy as well, to give them that sense of balance. And to clarify the Lovers card, we have the Three of Pentacles. This is really, really creative energy. So what they want you to do, they want you to use this power you have. This is kind of a clairsentience kind of power you have. I believe a lot of you are very, very empathic as well. This is what I'm seeing here. You really speak from your heart, and you really pick up on a lot of darker, more low vibrational energies around you, and you just have an innate ability to transform them. And what this is doing, you are able, what they want you to do is come together with people. They want you to collaborate with people. It's like they want you to use this power that you have to bring people together in a very creative way. Okay, and this creative expression is aligned with a really, when you're doing this creation with people, you are actually on that high vibration, that high energy of love and of peace as well. And to clarify the Two of Cups, we have the Ten of Swords. So yes, what you're doing, as with the Death card, they want you to end really difficult cycles for yourself and for people. And what this will do, this will bring in abundance. But what I'm really feeling here is that you're bringing in emotional abundance as well. It's not, yeah, it can include money, it can include wealth, but also it's that feeling attached to it, as we have here with the Nine of Cups, the feeling, the good feeling that is associated with abundance. That is what it is all about. And this is what you're doing. You're bringing cycles to an end. When people are feeling so defeated, so awful, because of, this could be people who be going through, because this is air energy, it's Ten of Swords, people who have been going through a lot of emotional turmoil because of, could be particular anxious or depressive thoughts that they've had. They're feeling life is too much, but what I'm seeing is that you are somebody who can come in and you can work together with them or work together with other people to improve their lives. Because what you're doing, you're bringing that energy of peace and that energy of love, and you're helping them to connect to their heart as well. Okay, helping them really to restore balance and harmony, as we see with this Four of Wands. So I'm going to get some oracle cards to clarify this now, group 3. So Spirit, please claim information about the psychic or spiritual power of people in group 3 and how they can use it to increase their own abundance and that of others, please. And I believe, you're probably quite an altruistic person as well, or people as well in group 3, because, what they're saying is by looking after your own emotional welfare, you are kind of unwittingly improving the emotional welfare of everyone else around you as well. That is what you're doing. So let's have a look. Okay, we have here spirit guides. Okay, so yes, so through your heart chakra and also your other chakras as well, I believe you're very clairsentient, and your gift is that you were able to pick up on energies and the kind of the emotions and that sort of like that kind of energy that comes from your spirit guides. You're very connected to your spirit guides through your feelings. Some of you may as well might be quite clairvoyant, and you actually see your spirit guides. But in whichever way you're psychic, you have the ability to actually connect directly to your spirit guides, and your spirit guides are kind of guiding you. They're guiding you in how to make that transformation. Okay. And then we have energy scanning. So this is where it comes from. So yes, remember I said you're kind of like an empath. This is where that comes from. You pick up on all the negative energies and on the negative thoughts and negative emotions of others as well, because you're highly clairsentient. And this Two of Swords, I believe sometimes you've needed probably in the past to retreat in your own kind of headspace just to get a bit of space, because it's very difficult sometimes, being an empath. You get overloaded with so many energies from different people and the world around you. It's just that you're needing that headspace just to actually, it's kind of, you're kind of clearing your aura as well. I see this as you and other people, you're directly connected to their energies, you're picking up on everything, but sometimes you need that kind of break, just to look after your own welfare as well. And then we have time to heal. Yes, you are a natural healer. I do believe that you are, you're one of the light workers. Sometimes they call them earth angels as well. On this planet, you are there to provide that sense of, you're there to provide solace for people who need it. You're there to provide love as well. And you're a very, very caring and nurturing person. But you're meant to do this, in order to develop this gift, you're meant to do this in a collaborative way. You're meant to work with others for the good of yourself and for the good of others as well. Okay, Spirit, just some final words of advice, please, or just some final insights into the spiritual or psychic power of people in group 3, please, and how they can use it to increase their abundance and the abundance of others as well, please. Okay, so we have dreams. Okay, your dreams may be more vivid and intense than usual. So yeah, I believe a lot of you are actually connecting with your spirit guides, possibly through your dreams. You might not believe it, but you're actually having some sort of discourse or dialogue with them through your subconscious as well. And where does this originate from? We have hardened heart. Don't allow this situation to make you bitter, cold, and aloof. So I believe some of you have had really, really probably, difficult situations, probably in past lives or in this life, but it's really kind of tested you. It's like tested your ability to connect to your heart chakra. And I just get a sense that, again, it's about you being that empath, and that you're picking up a lot on the negative energies and negative emotional energies of others around you. And what they're saying to me is, don't sort of let it, it's like, don't let it invade your personal space. It's like to keep your heart pure as well. It's like, you've got these energies coming towards you. It's like it's like they're trying to get you to realize what is your emotions, what are your feelings, and what are others. Because, being an empath, sometimes it can be difficult to discern what is yours and what is other people's as well. So that's what they're trying to tell me here through this card. And then lastly, to finish, how you can use this to increase your abundance and that of others, we have purging process. You may be currently experiencing emotional discomfort that is disrupting your inner peace. So yes, I see this as other people. You're helping other people to purge all that badness, all that kind of lower vibrational stuff out of them by enabling them to connect to that frequency of love through the heart chakra. It's kind of a purging process. So people, you could be some sort of, spiritual counselor or some sort of advisor. You're helping people get through really, really difficult times because your heart is open to them and what their needs are. And you're enabling them to purge and get rid of all this so that their heart space is really, really open. It's a really, really strong healing energy coming through here. People in group 3. That's lovely. You are really bringing emotional peace and comfort to people around you. That's what I get here. That's what I get your spiritual mission to actually be. And it is part of your spiritual quest as well. So lovely reading, people in group 3. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button. Please feel free to subscribe and leave any comments. Thank you very much and goodbye. Hello, people in group 4, and welcome to your reading on your spiritual or psychic power and how you can use it to increase abundance for yourself and for others as well. You chose the Carnelian stone as well for this reading. What's really interesting, when I was channeling or meditating before your reading, I was really, even when my feet were on the ground, it's really strange. It felt like my feet were lifting off the ground, if you know what I mean. It was a really, really strange sense that I was getting with you, group 4. So we'll see how relevant that is for this reading. So yeah, it was very strange. It was like I was kind of almost going airborne. as I was sort of, you know, meditating on your reading. It was a really, really strange experience, group 4. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to ask Spirit, please can you tell me what is the spiritual or psychic power of people in group 4, please? So we have the Queen of Cups. Already I'm getting a lot of like psychic energy coming from this group 4. We have the 7 of Cups. So yeah. And we have, wow, we have the Star as well. So yeah, I'm getting a sense that some of you might have kind of star seed origins. That's what I'm getting from the Star card as well. There might be a lot of Aquarian energy as well. Some of you might have Aquarius strongly in your birth charts. Also, I'm getting that you are able to kind of tap into other dimensions or to other realms, kind of like astral projection. It's like you were able to travel in between worlds. This could be through your dreams. A lot of you might be getting a lot of you might lucid dream quite a lot. But I just get a sense that you're really, really connected to the divine. You know, you get a lot, I believe that a lot of you are really, really clairvoyant, as well as strongly clairsentient as well. Very, very psychic energy coming through there. You know, this astral projection kind of feeling, it's like, that's probably what I was, when I was saying about my feet, feeling that they were lifted off the ground, that's probably what I was channeling about your reading as well. That's a really, really powerful start, group 4. I'm going to get some clarifiers for that. So, Spirit, please can you clarify the Queen of Cups, the 7 of Cups, and the Star card, please, for people in group 4. Yeah, and I'm getting a sense that a lot of you have a lot of dreams and ideas that are just, they're outside the ordinary. They're very, very unusual, and that's because you're tapped into something quite extraordinary, quite unearthly as well. Okay, so we have the Justice card. Okay. Then we have the 4 of Wands. I've had this in several readings. It's really, really strange. This is almost, to me, what I'm seeing in here, in this instance, it's like you're tapping into other dimensions, probably astral projection, but it's kind of like a portal. You're like opening a portal. This, you know, you're going through a doorway here, or an archway. It's kind of a portal into other worlds. And then with the Star card, we have the Knight of Swords. So I believe some of you are quite also, probably you've got a, you know, you're probably quite strongly claircognizant as well. You get a lot of ideas, not only through your emotions, through your visions as well, but also through your thoughts, through the intellect as well. That comes through strongly. What I'm getting a sense of is that you are able to bring down a lot of knowledge, and this could be something to do with your starseed origins. It could be some very, very futuristic knowledge as well. This is what I'm getting here. Really, really interesting. And we have this Justice card. This, to me, it's like you have an inbuilt awareness of karma, and, you know, I'm not just talking about legal justice, earthly justice. It's like overall justice, about a balance between good and evil. You have a strong sense of that about you, people in group 4. So I'd like to know now, please, Spirit, where does this psychic power or spiritual power of people in group 4, where does it originate, please? Where does it come from? Okay, so we have the Tower card. Interesting. And then we have the Moon. Wow, really highly psychic people in group 4. And then we have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands. So I'm getting a sense that you definitely bring in some sort of knowledge from some sort of previous life, and it's to do with karmic cycles, and you're bringing it through your psychic senses. So I believe that some of you, when you astral project, even if you don't astral project, even if you don't lucid dreams, even, you know, I think when you meditate, some of you might also meditate and you get strong visions. This is kind of taking you maybe to some sort of time in the past, because I see with this Two of Wands, he's holding the world in his hand, holding the world in his hands, but he's also looking back. If you look at this card, he's looking back. So this could be like looking back over previous lives and previous existences. And it's like you're pulling knowledge and intuition and guidance from that. This is something very, very deep. This is to do with your soul as well. And it's very, very, very powerful, as you see here with the Tower moment. The Tower card. I believe a lot of you have had, you know, some sort of, you might have had some difficult times in your past lives, or maybe in this life as well. And what that's done, it's like a bolt of lightning out of the blue. It's kind of these difficult times. What these have done is kind of blown a hole in your crown chakra, and it's enabled all this energy to come through, this really, really high level energy to come through, and you are really, really tapped in. It's like you're tapped into the unknown, okay, the unknown, the unseen. What is quite uncomfortable for a lot of people, you are naturally tuned into it. I think originally with this Tower card, I think initially this probably scared you quite a lot, especially as a child. You find this very, very difficult. It's like you didn't realize that this power, this tower, this what felt like destruction was actually, it's kind of clearing the way for you to open up your third eye, open up your crown chakra, and allow that energy to come through. So I'd like to get some clarity, please, about the Tower, the Moon, and the Two of Wands, please, Spirit. And I'm getting a sense, I don't know what it is, but with this star, I'm thinking of starseed origins. A lot of you might have had experience in past lives. You might have seen, you might just have a feeling of it, that you were kind of one of these civilizations that might have gone through a lot of wars, interplanetary wars. You might have been displaced. There might have been a lot of destruction in these past lives. You might have some sort of awareness of that might be coming through. So to clarify the Tower card, we have the Devil card. Yes, so something really, really negative. That's something that really, really scared you in the past. This is where your psychic, energy, or your psychic or spiritual ability emanates from. This is where it originates. Something that really, really scared you. Something that's really, really difficult in your past. So to clarify the Moon, we have the Ace of Swords. So what it done, this kind of Tower moment, this fear, it actually opened up something. It's like it opened up a portal for you. It enabled you to see into the unknown, to ravel what was really, really difficult. And this gave you strong clarity. And you might have not known it at the time, but this was giving you a lot and lot of information, okay? Very, very psychic. To clarify the Two of Wands, we have the Three of Cups. That's interesting. I'd like to get a bit more information about that, please, Spirit. I'm going to use a different tarot deck for this now. So, Spirit, please can you clarify the Three of Cups? For where does this spiritual or psychic power of people in group 4, where does it originate? Please clarify the Three of Cups. we have the King of Cups. Okay. I think what I'm getting from this is that this difficult experience, this actually taught you emotional balance, how to keep yourself emotionally balanced. It's interesting, you've got the Queen of Cups as your power, all right? The Queen of Cups is part of your power, but also this King of Cups is more this kind of masculine energy, but it's still water. It's still about, harmony, and it's still about the energy of peace, about balancing the emotions. It's about staying afloat on turbulent waters and not capsizing. So this is what it's taught you to do. And this has kind of transformed this energy, this fear, into something that you've actually got to a stage in your past, you've actually managed to celebrate it, and you've realized it's like a turning point for you. You've realized actually what has been fear has actually unraveled your true power. And what you're able to do, I believe, this is like, this Three of Cups, it's like all the parts of your soul as well. Like your physical, your mental, your emotional, your spiritual self, all combining together, all celebrating. And that's because of this emotional balance. And what I'm getting here, this is the knowledge that you are pulling from previous lives or previous existences. Okay, and you're bringing it through to this life as well. Really, really deep and powerful group 4. Now, what I'd like to know now, please, Spirit, I'd like to know, how can people in group 4, how can they use this spiritual or psychic power to increase their abundance and that of others, please? We have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Now, what I'm getting instantly from this card, yes, we have the Queen of Cups. This is about, being that psychic, being that, and having that, that intuitive ability. But also what they're trying to get you to do, they're trying to get you to ground it. And what I'm seeing here is that you're seeing this as a gift. And this is something that can make you really, really abundant on earth. What they're telling me is that you could possibly use this in some kind of business venture. Some of you might be into like, spiritual stuff, mediumship, tarot reading, things like that. But it's something definitely, what they're telling me is your psychic and spiritual power, this can actually make you quite financially independent on earth. And this is how they want you to view it, okay? They want you to bring it into something really, really tangible. And then we have the Six of Cups. So what they're telling me is, yes, they want you to make it really, really tangible and really, really abundant for yourself, but they want the intention with, it needs to have it, the intention of wanting to help others, help others who are vulnerable, who need that spiritual guidance, who need that support. So yes, it could be, helping with vulnerable people. It could be helping children as well. Okay, it's like you're a healer as well, a healer of the hearts of people who need that spiritual guidance, that spiritual help. And then we have the Queen of Wands. Wow. So yes, what they're telling me is, and I'm getting this from your starseed origins, what they want you to do, it's like you've got a new way of approaching, putting your spiritual or psychic power into something real. And they want you to be really bold and confident about it. Okay, it's interesting, we've got loads of queens here. We've gone from the Queen of Cups, which is your psychic power, to actually making it earthly, making it grounded and abundant through the Queen of Pentacles. But also, yeah, they want you to have that intention of caring and helping others. That's really, really important. But also they want you to have that confidence and that boldness about it, okay? It's really, really important. What they're telling me is that it's really, really important how you portray yourself. They want you to really, really push yourself out there, and to be really confident in your own skin and really confident in your abilities. It's like singing from the rooftops and not to care about what others think about it, whether they believe in it or not. This is having total confidence in your ability. That is what they want. And what this will do, this will strengthen your psychic ability even more, and actually it will become a force of good, not just for yourself, but for others around you as well. And can I have some clarity, please, Spirit, for what should people in Group 4 do how should they use this psychic or spiritual power to increase their abundance and that of others, please? Remember what I said in the introduction, it's not just financial abundance, it's emotional abundance, it's spiritual abundance as well. It's the whole lot. It's abundance in its broader sense as well. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. That's clarifying the Queen of Pentacles. What this is telling me is that they want you to see it. You have a golden opportunity that is being given by this. It's kind of like the hand of spirit. They're giving you a golden opportunity. It's a pentacle. So it's something that is real. It's something that that is tangible, that is real on earth, and you can use as well. And then to clarify the Six of Cups, we have the Queen of Wands again. Yeah. That's lovely. It's kind of, it's like you are an inspiration to other people who are feeling, probably feeling vulnerable, feeling weak as well. You're like an inspiration. Your confidence is like rubbing off onto other people as well. That's how they want you to approach this. And to clarify the Queen of Wands, we have the Magician. Wow, what a way to end the tarot part of this reading. Yes, you were meant to be so bold and confident. You have a natural charisma. You were not just meant to be the person who receives all these messages. You were meant to put this out into the world. And this is really, really highly manifestation as well. What they're telling me is you have the power to actually change things as well. It's kind of that leadership kind of energy as well. You're meant to lead others as well regarding this. It's like a really, really massive spiritual mission for you, people in Group 4. But I'm just getting a sense of they really want you to up the game in terms of bringing out your natural charisma, your natural confidence. That's really, really important. Because what they're telling me, this is natural to you, and you can just, this is what you need to develop. So I'd like to get some oracles now, please, Spirit, about this. Because you definitely have something unique, really, really unique and different that you could bring to the world. Wow. So we have here as your primary gift or your primary power, I see as clairsentience. Yeah, you are directly, you are directly able to connect with the other realms. Through this type of clair, through your feelings, through your emotions. Lovely. You have a direct connection to that as well. And then to be of service, this is what you've done in the past. You have been that person who has, you're kind of a light worker, if you know what I mean. You've been through the fear yourself, okay? And what this has learned to do, having this fear, having that difficult times, it's giving you the clarity and it's giving you information, and you're able to kind of bring that to other people as well. And this is what you've done. You're able to unite people and bring emotional balance to people as well. And then, yeah, creative expression. This is what they want you to do. They really want you to pull out all the stops, Group 4. This is meant to be something really, really powerful for you. Really, really abundant. But what you're meant to do, you're meant to bring something unique. We have the Queen of Wands twice here. This is totally about creative expression, and again mixed with the Magician. Okay, this is total charisma and doing things in your own unique way. Okay, because the world is really needing this at the moment. You've got something really, really different to give the world. Okay. Wow. Okay, so just to finish off, I'm going to use this Guide and Light Oracle cards. So Spirit, again, please can you give just a bit more clarity or some more information about the spiritual or psychic power of people in group 4, please. Okay, so what is this power? Where does it come from? And how can we use it for more abundance? Okay. Collaboration. Okay. Say yes to the exciting new opportunities and partnerships that are on their way to you now. I'm getting a feeling that it's also this collaboration is you're able to collaborate with your spirit guides because you're highly clairsentient. You can connect with through your dreams, through your senses as well, through your psychic senses. You're able to collaborate directly with spirit. This is a gift that you have. And then where does it come from? Financial freedom. This is interesting. It's sort of in the wrong order, if you mean. I'm sort of drawn more to the picture here. It's like this is the germ or the beginning of an idea. It's like being created in the cosmos. This is the beginning of things, and it's like a hint to say that you didn't know this at the time, but you will gain financial freedom from this in the future. So then to finish off, for how to use this spiritual and psychic power, balance and act. You may be putting all your time and energy into one area and neglecting other areas that need your immediate attention. I'm not really looking at the spear. I'm thinking more of you're able to provide emotional balance to people. And this is through your creative expression. You're restoring balance and harmony to people. Remember what we saw here with the Four of Wands. This is about harmony as well. As also with the Three of Cups, you're providing emotional balance to people. And this is what you do, but in a very, very unique way. Okay. And this is what will make you abundant, financially abundant, very financially abundant. But you'll also feel abundant in the sense that you've helped others feel abundant too. It's a much more enriched sense of abundance as well. Okay. But in order to do that, you need to sort of balance things out. And also what I'm getting as well, because you're probably used to having these you're so used to having these psychic gifts, it comes as second nature to you. Some of you might not believe that you have the business aptitude to actually bring it through to something fruitful. But what they're saying is, if you remember, when I was meditating upon your reading, again, I felt like I was being lifted off the ground. So that what I'm getting the sense of is that they're telling me that you need to ground yourself a bit more. You might be so high in the clouds, as we see with this Seven of Cups, because you're so connected to the other realms. What they want to do, they want you to balance that with actually being grounded, because by being grounded, this would enable you to be much more prosperous and successful with this psychic, with psychic or spiritual power. Okay. So that is lovely, a lovely, lovely reading, Group 4. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you liked it. If you did, please feel free to hit the like button. I welcome any feedback in the comments, and please feel free to subscribe. Thank you very much, and goodbye.